This is for the people who are struggling. I mean, like really struggling. If you're struggling with your finances, struggling in your relationship, struggling at work, struggling in traffic, struggling with your mindset, struggling with your thoughts, struggling with your body, like if you feel the struggle on a consistent basis, that's why I'm here. I lived there for years, struggling, mental loops, ruminating. I mean, like survival mode persistently. I didn't like myself. I didn't like life. I was in and out of bad or negative relationships. I struggled with parenting. I struggled with money. I struggled with my self-image. I struggled with my body. I struggled with obesity. Still got a few pounds to lose, but I struggled. Like I know what it feels like to struggle. I know what it's like to feel like everyone is winning and going home in quiet desperation as you look at your life and the choices that you made and how nothing seems to be working. I lived in fear, lack, self-doubt, insecurities, like 20 plus years. I tried a lot of things. I tried therapy. Therapy can be very beneficial. I tried God. God can be beneficial too. But seeking things outside of myself is not what ended up being fundamentally what really changed my life. What really changed my life was mindfulness practices. That is what really was pivotal for me personally. Not because of research, not because of data, like all that sounds good, but because I needed a safe place to go. And I found that the only or the safest place for me to be was in a state of a regulated nervous system. So if you're struggling in all these different areas, it's not bad luck. It's not that God is trying to punish you. It's not that you're a terrible person. You're not broken. And it's not that you cannot get things right. It is just simply that you're dysregulated, especially if you've lived there for years, if you have unhealed or undealt with trauma, from your childhood, that can be a factor. If you struggled with some trauma as an adult, that can be a factor as well. But beyond the trauma, and I had plenty of those, which is probably the main reason why I ended up on a survival mindset journey, where my mind was consistently and my body was consistently in survival, was because of unhealed and undealt with trauma. But for real, it was my nervous system. So I picked up mindfulness probably, I would say my initial encounter with mindfulness would have been like 20 plus years ago. My first time trying to meditate with a coworker. It was hilarious. I didn't know what I was doing. We laughed. It was fun. But as I got older, I decided to pick it up again because I needed something to help. I needed something to help with all of what felt like my nerves being fractured, like laying in the bed at night, worrying about how I was going to pay a bill and feeling like little needles were like poking into my skin. It had gotten to be too much, you know, uh, um, being in relationships where I didn't feel safe, where we don't even want to talk about not feeling appreciated or some of the other benefits of being in a relationship. But when you literally don't feel safe because you're attracting people towards you who are dysregulated because y'all are connecting because of being on a frequency of dysregulation, it's, yeah, I can't, there are no words for it. There are absolutely no words for it. But yeah, been there, stayed there, lived there, ate there, like persistently. And so my three favorite micro habits or micro tools that really helped me along my journey are what I'm going to talk about today. And the first one is breath work. Yes, the simple breath work. Like you hear about it, you hear about people telling you to follow the breath or to exhale or to inhale and to exhale, box breathing, rhythmic breathing. But it doesn't even take all of that. Like, those are great once you get deeper into the practice, but simply just breathing, just telling your body to relax, let go in that moment, to take an inhale of 4 to 5 seconds, holding it, and exhaling. Do that 2 or 3 times in that moment of dysregulation, because that's what it is. It's determining now, it's deciding now what tools you're going to try the next time you feel dysregulated, the next time you feel emotionally distraught, because you know it's coming, because you've been living there for a while. So you know that you're going to get hurt, you're going to feel angry, you're going to be upset, because you've been living in that state for a while. And again, I know because I lived there for so long. I know what it is like to not be able to sleep because you're so worried about what's going to happen tomorrow. You're ruminating and staying up all night, and then because you didn't sleep well and you're dysregulated, then it's hard to have a good day like that the next day. It is almost impossible to feel good when you haven't slept well. And you can't sleep well if you're ruminating and overthinking. And if you're overthinking about the things that are worrying you, it will continue to perpetuate more fear. It's a vicious cycle. And unfortunately, for some of us, it becomes a spiral downward. Been there too. So breath work is the first one. The second one is awareness, thought awareness. It is deciding, choosing, determining that you are going to be in a state of awareness, not judgment, not analyzing what you're doing, what you're feeling, what you're thinking. It is simply just being aware. That hurt. It's the perception of that didn't feel good. It's not rushing past what and how you feel, but being aware of the feeling that's there, not stuffing, not self-medicating, not pushing past it, but just being in a state of awareness. My third favorite micro practice is grounding, presence in the moment. And somatic grounding is when you feel your feet planted on the ground. You decide that you're going to feel the moment, to be present, to feel your sit bones on the couch or on the bed, to ground yourself in that moment, because tapping into presence, being in the moment, will get you out of the pain of yesterday and out of the fear of tomorrow. So breath work, and don't mess around and do like all three of them at the same time. Feel aware of what you're feeling. Plant your feet on the ground and feel the ground beneath your feet, and take a breath. Decide now that you're going to choose to regulate yourself, unless you like feeling bad. Like, if you like being upset, if you like being angry because it's comfortable, and to think of changing that, or to think of challenging yourself to think and be better, if for nobody else but for yourself, if that doesn't feel good to you or doesn't resonate with you, I get it, because I've been there before too, where I didn't even want to make myself feel better. But if you want to feel better, if you want to, then decide and choose to. Either start your mindfulness journey. If you started it and you abandon it, pick it back up. If you've been on for a while, then go deeper into it. I understand that it is challenging to discipline yourself, to remember that these tools are available. But I promise that as each day goes by and you regulate yourself more and more, and you become more aware and more mindful that there are tools and practices for you to help you regulate in the moment, you will begin to see a shift. You'll begin to see a shift from coming, it's a transformational shift of coming out of survival mode and into thriving mode. I made a tool. It is a transformational mindfulness tool. It's called Healing Isn't What You Think. Because when I started my healing journey, there were a lot of misconceptions for me personally. And so I explain a little bit about what real healing or true healing looks like in the journey of it. It's linked below in the description. It's free and available on my website for an immediate download. And I thank you for giving me some of your time and letting me share with you today. I hope that this helps and that I can be a further help when I see you next time.